National League Division Series. It's the Philadelphia Phillies and the Milwaukee Brewers. With my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Schaub. Plenty of storylines taking shape in this series as we set the stage for Game 4, Chris.
And I'll be interested to see if these teams approach it any differently, with one on the brink of elimination and the other just to win away from putting an end to this thing. You know, in the postseason, I think you have to treat every game the same, but there's something about an elimination game that can put a team just into a different mindset.
Yeah, the strategy can certainly change in this type of game. It's hard to manage the same way when in any given at-bat, it can impact everything you've been working for throughout the season. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Towing the slab in today's game, Quinn Priester. How about a report on him, Chris?
Some people wonder if he was tipping his pitches last time out. He was getting hit all over the ballpark and being hit hard. Today, we look for him to make an adjustment and be on the attack side against these hitters.
Coming up on the first pitch, Justin Crawford stands in for the Phillies. And that's how Game 4 gets underway. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Swing and a miss at a slider.
You tie a guy up like that, you're feeling like you are in command.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Flashes the leather on the running catch. One up, one down. And time now for the Phillies lineup. They're dealing with a sinker specialist on the mound, which can be a big-time challenge when he's right and working mostly from the knees down.
Well, the key is to lay off pitches down in the zone until you're forced to swing. Set your sights higher in the strike zone, looking for something elevated, because sinkers are less effective up in the zone. They tend to flatten out. So when you get a cookie, you don't want to miss it.
Ball, slow. Just underway here in Milwaukee. Grounds one to short. Slings to first. That's a very athletic play. Two outs, base is empty. Here comes Bryce Harper. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. And it's 0-1. Next offering is fouled back. The 0-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone, because that's where you can get hurt.
Good job to fight that one off. Two down, nobody on. That's the ball. Caught him looking for the game. And now the we go to the bottom of the first, and today on the hill, Aaron Dola. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup move. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
The 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Got him. One away. Let's take a look at the lineup they're rolling out there for this must-win game. Singy, this offense has been red hot in the postseason.
Well, when your backs are against the wall, you hope the offense can come through and lift you, and certainly they've been productive at the plate. Today would be a really bad time for those bats to go silent.
Here's Yelich at the dish. Hard hit, right side. Harper takes it to the bag. Here tonight, an efficient start to the home first, 2 away.
Ball.
Smoked on the ground a second. And that's the inning. Brewers go down quietly. Scoreless after 1. Game 4 of the division series. So here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber. And a foul ball. That's off the mark. 1 ball, 1 strike.
One wonderful thing about the postseason, you never know who's going to be the hero. It could be the superstar, but often it's a far more unlikely player.
And that misses. And it's 2-1. You know, one unlikely postseason hero I saw up close, Alex Gonzalez of the Marlins in the 2003 World Series. Wasn't really known for his bat, but he hit a walk-off homer in extra innings in Game 4. It tied the series and was a huge momentum swing. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day 1.
On the ground to the left, Ortiz. Over to Turan. 1. Over the first, safe.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
And here comes Alec Bohm. The other way, and foul ball. The 0-1.
Ball 1. That's the ball.
That's down and in. A slider missed. And ball 4, 2 aboard. To third might be 2. Over to Turan. 1. And that's 2.
Well, we can never overstate it. Pitcher's best friend right there. Double play, gets out of the jam, saves some pitches.
Back here in Milwaukee, now the Brewers cleanup hitter, Eugenio Suarez. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Got him swinging. Leadoff man retired here in the second. No score here in the second. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. We'll circle the bases. The Brewers score first. It's 1-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Brew. We knew it wasn't coming back. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
One down. Next for the Brewers, Sal Freeland.
No!
That one ripped right center field. That's down. One hops off the wall. And into second with one away. That's a double.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off his bat. Kind of put it all together there, and he's rewarded with the double.
That one finds the zone. Strike one. Right through there for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
In the air, right field. He's got it. And there are two down.
Batting in, the designated hitter,
Andrew Vaughn now.
No, that's a ball.
Runner at second, two down. Here in game 4 of the NLDS. This one kicks away from Real Muto. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Even with a good secondary lead, sometimes it's hard to see just how far that ball's gotten away from the catcher. And if you can make it to third base pretty much standing up, well, that time he seemed to have a pretty good read, gets to third safely, and now he's just 90 feet away from scoring.
Out towards right center field. Crawford on the move. And that is that. Milwaukee strikes first on this solo jack. It's now 1-0. You're watching the National League Division Series on the show. Back here at American Family Field. On to the third inning. Bryson Stott stands in for the Phillies. This one in the air, center field. Freeland on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One pitch and one out.
batting up, the right fielder, Adolis Garcia.
One down, Phillies down a run. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. Next offering way off the plate. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
In the air, left field. And that is that. Nothing across here this half. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Brewers 1 and the Phillies nothing. This is the National League Division Series on the show. Back here in Milwaukee, set for the bottom of the 3rd, Joey Ortiz up now for the Brewers.
No, that's a ball.
Pretty close, but it was a ball. So that removes their last challenge. That one ripped, but foul. And a 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Got him swinging.
Number 2, second baseman,
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. And now it's Christian Yelich. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time. Runner on the go. Strike in there. Throw the second. Out of bounds. Safe. Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Man at second.
No, that's low.
This one ripped, but foul to the right. Got him swinging for the K. And that's 4 strikeouts.
up next for the Brewers, the catcher, William.
Oh.
Runner takes off for third. Pitch in for a strike. Throw is high. Safe at third.
Well, high throw just adds a fraction of a second from catching the ball to putting the tag down on the runner. Hard to say for sure if a good throw gets him, but as soon as that one took off from the catcher's hand, there wasn't much of a chance.
2 outs and a runner at third. Here in game 4 of the NLDS. Late with the swing there. The 1-2.
Ball.
Really
Ball.
good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Turan at third with 2 away. Pitch misses there, and now it's 3-2. Eugenio Suarez in the Milwaukee on deck circle. And ball 4, 2 aboard. struck out swinging his first time. Hard hit into the gap. 1 run will score. Contreras rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and they take a 3-run lead. Big stack center field. Now a long throw home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Bang, bang play at the plate right there. Outfielder needed no help. An absolutely perfect throw to get him. Right on the money. Excellent tag by the catcher. And the inning ends on an awesome play.
Fourth, and now for the Phillies, Trey Turner.
That's the ball.
That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for Philadelphia, the first baseman, number 3, Bryce Harper.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and Harper order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
The 1-0. Just missed.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
The next pitch misses. 3 balls, no strikes. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Around second is Turner. And they're out the corners with nobody out.
Up next for Philadelphia, the designated.
And now Kyle Schwarber steps up in a critical moment. Tap foul at the plate. The 0-1. Right side, Terang. Here's Ortiz for 1. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing.
First and third, nobody out. You're thinking you've got it lined up for a pretty big inning right here. So that double play is pretty deflating. They get the run in, but now they're starting all over.
That one fouled off.
Ball.
And the slider just misses.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Ortiz tosses to first, and real Util is out, and the inning is over. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Brewers 3 and the Phillies 1. You're watching the National League Division Series on the show. Bottom of the 4th, digging in, Sal Freeland.
The center fielder, number 10, Sal Freeland.
On the ground, right side, stop. Tosses to first, 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Brewers, the first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
Foul ball there. And the 0-1. Base hit center field. So a man aboard now with one away. Oh, and he's trying for second. Pushing for more, pushing his luck. The throw to third, and he's out trying for 3.
The triple is arguably the most exciting play in baseball, and the guys worked so hard to get around first, to get around second, and to get thrown out at third. Man, you just feel bad for him. On top of that, he was already in scoring position, so you think about how it kind of hurts the team as well.
Next to hit, Andrew Vaughn. There's a swing and a drive. That one opts against the fence. The throw into second, and he's got a double.
This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
And the Phillies manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make a move. Aaron Nola's day comes to an end, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching for
Max Scherzer into the game.
And that's a big potential run out there in second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Ball one, no strikes. In the air out towards right center. And that's the third out. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Brewers 3 and the Phillies 1. Game 4 of the division series. All set for the start of the inning. Alec Bohm stands in for the Phillies. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That's back there. And that one is off the batter's eye. Wow, out of here. He flexes his power with that swing, and they cut into the deficit. He ambushed him right there, Siggy.
Yeah, swinging on that first pitch, and I think losing one over the fence is exactly what he had in mind as well. Well, he went up there, looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases. Well, these Phillies just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Loves it on the dive. To his knee, the throw. Pretty nice play there.
Great reaction there to get to the baseball, secure it, and then no time to get up and throw. Throws from one knee. That's a guy that's got a lot of confidence in his arm strength and accuracy.
This is Bryson Stott. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
On the ground, and that chance handled. On to first. Two gone now.
Up next for Philadelphia, the right fielder, Adolis Garcia.
Nope, that's low.
Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That came. His third of the game. The Phillies get one by way of the long ball. It's now a 3-2 ball game. This is the National League Division Series on the show. Back here at American Family Field, here's the leadoff man for the Brewers, Bryce Terang. Swing and a foul out of play.
Well, these Brewers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well. With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Line drive, base hit, right center field.
Up next for the Brewers, the left fielder, number 22, Christian Yelich.
Lined, and that's a base hit. Lead runner around second.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Contreras in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Here in game 4 of the NLDS. Swing and a miss, had him out front for the strikeout.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Eugenio Suarez up now for the Brewers.
A chance for more damage right here. A couple of RBIs for him in his last AB. Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
High hit into the gap. One run will score. Yelich flies around third. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and they take a 3-run lead.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
That one the other way, and foul ball. In at second. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. 0-2 now. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. On the drop, third strike, 2 gone.
Kind of muffed that strikeout pitch right there. I'm not sure if he got crossed up or tied up, but either way, good composure to recover and finish the out at first. That's a play you could easily panic on and throw into right field.
So up next, Sal Freeland, 1 for 2. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. To the right side. He takes it himself. The bag, and that'll do it. Brewers pick up a run on this RBI double. It's 5-2. You're watching the National League Division Series on the show. In the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us.
all die. They ain't feeling sympathetic for the small guy. I don't think I'ma regret it when the cars fly. Ain't nothing really like it used to. Wake the neighbors up like a rooster. It's a booster, help me see the future. I believe in karma, so let's do some. I know you cooped up. I know that LA running, I'll call a Uber. I know that LA weather got you confused, but when you walk in my house, pick your shoes up. I let my hang, I let my chain swing. I'm on a one-on-one, my way doing.
So digging in, Justin Crawford.
The center fielder, Justin Crawford.
Going along. Up the middle, Ortiz whips it to first on the run, and it beats him. What a play.
Just an outstanding play going up the middle right there, and the exchange to get the throw off to first just shows you why he's one of the best shortstops around. So smooth, yet so quick at the same time. And any slower, and those wheels burning down the first baseline are going to turn that into an infield hit.
The Brewers leading by 3, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Ground ball left side, and that goes foul.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Payoff pitch. And there's ball 4. Here's Bryce Harper.
Next to Philadelphia, the first baseman, number 3.
Now, this guy's definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important at getting back into this ballgame.
Harper, multi-time All-Star, over 1,000 runs batted in his career. Let's remember, a major part of his resume are those 3 MVP awards. And a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
That finds the mark on the inside corner. Turner over at second. Harper over at first, so 1 away.
Ball, slow.
That's down and in. A slider missed.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. And the count is 2-2.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground ball double play.
And there's a ball. And that'll load the bases.
Pretty good pitch on 3-2, right around the knees, but just no help from the umpire.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Here comes the new arm for the Brewers, Jared Koenig.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. Ball 1 there.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And a 1-0. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And he gets tied up right there. Bases loaded. One away. Ground ball to the right side. Down the line, and it's foul. That misses the zone. Ball 2. In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. But all the runners hold. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. He fouls it off. We'll do it again. Swings and misses. Struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. One runs in, fires it to the plate. Safe. In comes the run from second. And it's now 5-4.
Big swing of the bat right there. Just clutch hitting to get him back within 1. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W.
That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Inning over, and it could have been worse. 7-8-9, 2 up in the home half of the inning. It's the Brewers 5 and the Phillies 4. Back here in Milwaukee, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
There's a strike.
Both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager can match up better and who's able to get to the finish line.
Ground ball up the middle into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Gets against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
That's a ball.
Vaughn stands in here, takes ball 1 low. This one in the air, center field. Crawford should have this one. He's got it.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, Joey Ortiz.
Big swing and a miss.
Nope, outside.
One-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Mad Max notches the K.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip the cap.
Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. Now it's the second baseman, Bryce Terang.
Hey!
Comes up empty. Chases the fastball up the ladder. Him out. Milwaukee leads one. They lead at 5-4. Back here at American Family Field. And now for the Phillies, Bryson Stott.
No, that's a ball.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. And the tying run is on base. Tries to bunt, misses it, but it gets away from the catcher. No advance, though. Bunting, but that's a foul ball.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
0-2 now. And that bunt goes foul. It's a strikeout. One out man at first. Justin Crawford stands in for the Phillies. 0 for 3 in this one.
Always tough to turn two on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn two quickly.
Ball, inside.
With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Here goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. And the tying run is now in scoring position.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
Fouled off. He was late. So the tying run at second, just missing there, and it's 3-2.
That's a really good take.
Two low, ball 4, and the go-ahead run is on base.
Well, he took his chance at getting into chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
And he swings through that one. Rip, but it curls foul. Two on, 1 out. Pitch
No,
misses.
that's a ball.
Now 1-2. The shortstop takes the ball. And it remains 2-2.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
To short, could be 2. Over to Terang. 1. On to first, double play.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice speed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
look at our game zone. Off the plate inside. And that's ball one. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Up next for the Brewers, the catcher, William Contreras.
Ball one low. That one at the knees for a strike. Swings and misses. 1-2.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Fair ball. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Eugenio Suarez up now for the Brewers.
Owen.
That's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground.
Runner takes off in the dirt. Blocked. Blocked by the catcher, and he steals second base without a throw. 1 out, a runner at second, late here in game 4. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Struck him out swinging. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
Up next for the Brewers, the right-fielder, Jackson.
Ball. Ball.
And another ball. Sal Freeland up next for the Brewers. Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning. First and second, 2 outs. Comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Max Scherzer is done, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. Here's the new pitcher for the Phillies, Brad Keller. He has a great slider with tons of movement. one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch. So a job well done from the Philly bullpen that time. 8th inning coming up. It's the Brewers 5 and the Phillies 4. This is the National League Division Series on the show.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Brewers,
back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Aaron Ashby. Slider right there. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down one. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen throwing beatings. Here's JT Realmuto. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Two down, nobody on.
Whoa.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Fights it off. You'll see another. Out to short. Ortiz fires over to first, and the Phillies are set down in order. It's the Brewers 5 and the Phillies 4. Back here in Milwaukee, Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Can't make contact with the sweeper. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 away.
up next for the Brewers, the designated hitter, Andrew.
Right through there for a strike. Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Stays alive. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's